Basically, what the city of Chicago wants is all promoters in the city to be licensed. It would cost you between $500 and $2,000 for this privilege. It's discretionary as to whether you get it or not, so you have to submit the fingerprinting and a background check. Once you jump through those hurdles, you have to carry $300,000 worth of insurance and notify the chief of police 7 days prior to having your event.
The city of Chicago should be supporting and promoting its smaller venues and lesser-known artists, instead of trying to pass laws that would hinder artists' ability to contribute to the culture of this great city.
I just think that it's a big bunch of bullshit because, you know, it's some more government regulation of some more of fun. Like, why are they always trying to regulate my fun? You know, like, it's not as if passing out flyers or telling people about an event is going to lead to the downfall of society. What the fuck do you need to step into it and get it and regulate it for? You know? It's like, if you got to get like a, whatever it is, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 insurance policy and deal with all that other shit, like, man, it cuts out the drive of kids, and you gotta like really try to encourage kids to be proactive. And this is some like, you know, chops them right off at the knees. No sir, beat it. Kills Andy music. Kills Andy music. Now I gotta pee.
I've never seen any city, any community like Chicago. The fact, this is me in my journalist hat now, the fact that Chicago does not recognize what this city is, to me is unconscionable. Whether you want to talk about the destruction of Maxwell Street as a vital institution, as an institution that is as sacred and as historic as Beale Street in New Orleans, which is lauded and celebrated. 6th Street in Austin, Texas, which is lauded and celebrated. Maxwell Street in Chicago, it was torn down. It's gone. There's a 7-Eleven where these bands used to play. And I'm talking about Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf. And you have people who are trying to make the world aware of it. And then you have municipal government, which seems dedicated to stamping it out. Unless it's huge and brought to you by a corporation, like Lollapalooza in Grant Park. Or like the city-sanctioned Blues Fest. And I mean, Blues Fest is what Blues Fest is. But Maxwell Street is what the blues really is, and it's gone. It's a tragedy. I just think that elected officials have a hell of a nerve to be trying to legislate something they have no understanding about whatsoever.
Greg Cobb, music critic with the Chicago Tribune. I've been writing about this potential ordinance for a number of months now. What I basically said in those articles is that this ordinance could be really damaging to Chicago music, and it'll take a big chunk of the business out of the music clubs. It'll also prevent a lot of art and a lot of great music from being presented in Chicago. So it's a really myopic ordinance. I cannot imagine a major metropolitan city, a world-class city of the stature of Chicago, having an ordinance like this in the books. It's frankly embarrassing if this thing gets passed and we have to live under the aegis of this kind of ordinance. So I hope to God this thing doesn't go through.
The proposed ordinance is unconstitutional. It violates the First Amendment by regulating speech in the form of advertising over broadly. It violates due process by excluding ex-felons who have paid their debt to society.
What the city should be doing is publishing directories, putting up posters, giving out flyers at the airports, making sure that there are directories in hotel rooms so that when people visit Chicago, they understand that if they want to enjoy good music, they can go to some of these small venues. And if the city won't do it, if the city won't step up to its responsibility to promote these world-class assets in Chicago, then at the very least, individual entrepreneurs and enthusiastic consumers of music ought to remain free under the First Amendment of our United States Constitution to do it themselves. And that's what this ordinance prohibits.
if anything, it would really push underground events even more than they are being pushed now. I hate to liken it to prohibition, but if it were illegal to promote events without a license, you bet your ass there would be people out in the streets pushing underground parties at Lofts at after hours all around Chicago. And people would love to go to it because they wouldn't be allowed to.
Very nice. State your name, what it is you guys do, what you think about the Promoters Ordinance and how it affects you.
I'm
Go.
JoJo Baby, and this is Sally.
I'm Sal E.
And we're promoters for Green Dolphin Street.
Yes.
And I think that if this ordinance goes through, it'll be like the old days where kids will break into spots just to have a party, to like...
Remember the raves?
Just
Remember the
have a
secret
party.
parties that you had to have a secret password for? They're going to be back if that happens.
Hello,
So
raves will come back.
people will find a way to have fun. With or without your permission.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
I'm screaming Rachel, and that's why!
We gotta go. They're coming for us.
I guess you've gotten more than you bargained for this evening, huh?
You have reached the number you dialed. For your safety, this call has been promptly reported to the National Security Agency. Thank you, and have a great day.
What you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Do that again.
That's like sideways.